Hello, thank you for joining me. I hope you're all well. Today is the 25th of, excuse me a second, I'll just make sure my internet is not lagging. It was lagging earlier. Anyway, today is 25th of May 2026. So it's been an interesting time because there's a lot of activity going on in the sidereal Gemini. And pretty soon, on the 31st of May, actually what happens is not only have we got a full moon, but we also have the transit of Mercury from what would be Taurus into sidereal Gemini. So its own sign is a really nice time. And actually, as it goes in, we have Venus and Jupiter already there. So we already got two benefics there. So it's a really nice time generally for Gemini because the sign is protected by benefics. However, as you know, Venus is friendly with Mercury, so it's doing really well in that sign. But Jupiter is in there, which is not so great for Gemini, but great for Sagittarius across the road. So there's always some kind of silver lining, I would say, in astrology. However, you know, like once Mercury goes in there, the whole dynamics change for the better for all of us, because ultimately it's a landlord, it's a house owner, if you like, and everything shifts more towards Mercury. Let's have a good look at that Mercury now. Okay, let's share it. Okay, so here we have, so on the 31st of May, Mercury, as you can see, enters Gemini and is there with Venus and Jupiter. Jupiter will be literally within a day and a bit will be gone to Cancer. And so that will be a really nice, I mean, we are literally being gifted fabulous things at this time. So we have not only got Jupiter going in its exaltation sign within days. So that gives us time to prepare for all the beauty that Jupiter is going to bring with it to Cancer to help us. And even if it's not a good planet for you, really, I think in transit, it does give. But we just have to be less idealistic and less kind of, you know, I do think Jupiter is an amazing planet, but it's a little bit of a snob when it comes, you know, because it can't help but be choosy, if you like. Whereas Mercury and Venus together, these are the planets that just pretty much can get on with anyone, really. They just like, it's all about enjoyment, being in the moment and focusing on what is the small things in life and really enjoying the moment together. Jupiter is more long term, where it's just thinking what is going to be for my betterment long term. So though Venus is all about giving you like the earthly pleasures, everything is beautiful, sensuality, sexuality, arts, you know, together with Mercury become very, very refined. They love music, musicians, opera courses, teachings, you know, sort of courses, generally like short distance travel is ruled by Mercury, fast food, movement is ruled by Mercury, generally exercises, and obviously muscles and how you recover depends on your Mars and Venus, but generally all kind of going to parks, green things, gardening, permaculture, all of those are things to do, not just communication, social media and the internet, everything, but it's also banking, currency, all of that is stock market is to do with Gemini, and Mercury is the ruler of that. Now with Venus, there is just such a wonderful thing going on there when you have Venus and Mercury. Those people who have them in their chart or have Mercury in Venus sign or Venus in Mercury sign, they are really blessed with the beauty that they can just I mean, I know so many people around me, and I do really when I spend time with them, I really enjoy it because they say, for example, if you go like away with them, they think about like bringing little things to comfort, like for example, peppermint tea bags. I have a friend, my daughter is like that as well, like where they just think about all those little details which make like your, you know, you could have a bath, but somebody with Venus and Mercury would think about putting, like, for example, candles around the bath, and salts, and, you know, like foot creams, and, you know, it's just amazing how they literally feel as though it's not always, luxuries are not just to be had as and when, but all the time. Everything is a celebration. They're more present and in the moment than people who've got the like, for example, Jupiter. I mean, I've got very strong Jupiter, but my Venus is very weak, so I always think about things much more long term, whereas Venus is much more, well, what's wrong with right now? So I think it's lovely being in their company. It's just joyous. They really know how to have a good time, and they're very good at giving you advice and information about, like, places to go, places to eat, you know, if there's a gift voucher, to give you a small discount. They're very good, very astute like that. So this is definitely a celebratory time, with Mercury being in Gemini. Just the two planets of being in the moment, enjoying, being lovely, you know, using lovely words with your friends, girlfriends, and if you're in a love relationship, you know, just be able to, like, you know, express and give a little bit of love with your words. Just so lovely. And then obviously let's just go on the days when Jupiter is gone. So here we go, Jupiter is gone. So as you can see, Mercury and Venus in those signs, they just look amazing. So what I'm going to, because they're together now, and they don't have the influence that Jupiter has on them, so let's just discuss this for now, and I'm just going to do the ascendants, and then you can just once Venus moves into Cancer, you can then actually you know, put into action. But just right now, whilst Mercury and Venus are together, enjoy the time. And because Jupiter allows you to really focus on, first of all, it's exalted, so wherever your Sagittarius and Pisces are, so they are also, you know, the planet ruling them, they're strong, so that's lovely. Not only that, a beautiful exalted planet like Jupiter is also blessing Scorpio and Capricorn and Pisces, which is, so Pisces is very much protected during this time because it's got the aspect of its own ruler, and Capricorn. So that in itself, Jupiter in itself, is giving you, energizing and protecting Cancer, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn and Pisces. So that's 5 signs which are being blessed by Jupiter alone. Mercury is in own sign with Venus. So Mercury is already, because it owns Gemini and Virgo, it's just beautiful. So you got those two going on. So 7 houses are being beautifully protected too. So this really is time of celebration. I know, because as a planet, the Great Awakening is happening, and we are, like, literally ascending. So everybody is feeling tired. Most people are fed up with working. So I get that. But when we get these little nuggets, we really have to make the most of it. So I would say Jupiter is a great time now, a great time to really work on those houses that it's aspecting for Jupiter. But now, because also you have Mercury there, Mercury is going to give you, Mercury is literally very important planet for your cognitive processes, your thinking, how you think, how you process, how you plan, how you manage yourself. So it's a really good time to, even if you rules your 6th house for a Capricorn ascendant, it is planet of intelligence and so practical, so handy. So here is the time to really think about all the things that you want. Do a short term, do something that you want to do in the next year, do something that you want to achieve in the next 2 years, and then 5 years. But obviously be flexible, because we can all be in a different place in a year's time. Be flexible, but what do I want? And stick your intentions out with when people put their intentions out, but they're doubting themselves and their capabilities or strengths, that weakens your intention. So when you do things, really think about how you put them out. So things that I would really recommend you do during this time is that you, before you go to bed, you thank the universe for the day, having another day on this planet, and then just say that I choose to wake up before my alarm, 5 minutes before my alarm. Utilize that time to do some deep breathing, some stretches, and then put your intentions out for the day. These are beautiful mercurial things, and Venus Day just gives it that bit of gorgeousness that you can utilize. So I choose to have a beautiful day full of amazing things, amazing thoughts, and I'm going to enjoy, just put all those things, and I'm allowing and I'm receptive to beautiful thoughts, beautiful things, and beautiful people. Whatever you want to say, I don't know. You use your own words. We all will get much more eloquent with words once this happens. Anyway, we'll be able to utilize it really well. But what I'm saying is just like plan and utilize this time. But because whatever you plan whilst this is happening, whilst Venus is there, it just gives you a different perspective on life. Whereas if Mercury was with Jupiter, it will be different. If it was on its own, it will be different. But because Venus is there, it just gives it that extra panache, extra style, extra finesse that you wouldn't normally have it if Mercury was on its own. So when you're planning with beauty. So you're not just saying, I want to go, I'm putting my intentions out for a holiday. You'll be able to actually put together all the beautiful things that you want to happen. So a beautiful room with a view, nice surroundings, nice bathroom, it'll give you that extra vision during this time. And then obviously once Mercury is on its own, you'll be able to just kind of set goals, plan the detail, if you like, rather than the beautifulness of this what's going on. Anyway, let's do the what would be the ascendants. I'm going to start with Capricorn ascendant in the light that is actually in Capricorn. So for Capricorn, this is occurring in the 6th house. So your 6th house has got the 6th house ruler together with 5th and 10th house ruler. And also Mercury rules for you what would be your 9th house. So we've got massive things going on. 9th house, 6th house going on, 10th house, and also what would be 5th house. So this is that during this time, for those of you who are teachers of small children, nursery workers, just primary school teachers, or people who actually teach yoga and Pilates, exercise classes, or people who are nutritionists, healers, or people generally who work with doctors, etc., nurses. All of those people during this time, they are just feeling a little bit, wherever Venus is, we're going to just enjoy it. So they're going to enjoy work more. They're going to feel much more creative. They're going to absolutely be noticed. The hard work that they're putting in is going to be noticed at work, and it's going to elevate people at their place of work. And this could also bring about a certain amount of opportunities as well, because at the end of the day, you have Jupiter in the 7th house. So that will really make people trust you, and just, and you will enjoy working as a result of Venus being there. So it's a very good time to actually reflect on that too. And 9th house as well, so if you're doing some studying at this point, you will enjoy that too, because of the Venus and Mercury and your 6th house having 2 benevolent planets in there. Let's go now to what would be for us the Aquarius. Actually, I forgot to say, please have a look at your moon sign too. So Aquarius moon or ascendant. For you guys, this is happening in your 5th house. So you've got wonderful things happening for you, where you have your 4th house ruler in the 5th house. So Venus is giving you a very, very nice yoga. Raja Yoga of success and achievements, and also what would be your fifth and eighth house ruler in your your fifth and eighth house ruler in the fifth house. So for some people, this could be a sudden change in your academic work. It could be that somebody could suddenly become pregnant, which is, however sudden it is still a gift. So, and also it could be change of abode. So maybe that you have a home with your spouse, and then suddenly, you know, you have an additional person, you want a new home. And also for this Aquarius ascendant, Venus is a really important planet because it rules fourth and ninth house. So it's a Yoga Karaka planet. So it's also ninth house ruler in the fifth house, which is Adana Yoga of money and achievement. And also opportunities are brought in as well with that. So it could be literally sudden changes in your academic studies, education. Suddenly you could go on to travel. But, you know, all of those sudden things can actually be beneficial to you. For you guys, your eighth house of sudden changes, transformation, all of that is Virgo. So because it's a dual house, you are not so bad at changes. You can accept them. You know, and see the benefits in it. So yeah, so I would just say it could be a change of house, change of situation, but it could also be for those people, you know, who speculate. They could have sudden gains through it too. And okay, let's go back. Okay, so Pisces, moon or Pisces ascendant. For you guys, this is happening in your fourth house. Oh my goodness, third house ruler in the fourth house, house move. This is lovely as well. Not only is Venus in a friendly sign, but it's also got directional strength. Fourth house is where Venus feels really comfortable. And you got two benevolent planets in your fourth house. So family life feels wonderful. You feel nurtured, nourished, comfortable, feeling secure, safe. Feeling loved, feeling maybe that you want to change something at home or change your home. This is for you, Venus rules third and eighth house. So it could be a change in your situation as well. It could be like either something that wasn't working out with your partner, you two could split, but you could also be that you get engaged. Change your situation, changes, you move together, you know, there's that sort of thing. And so seventh and fourth house ruler are actually with third and eighth house ruler as well. So this is definitely, I see as changes in your home, you know, your home. Maybe you have a car, change your car, something like that could also be another aspect of this. And now let's go to next ascendant, which is Aries ascendant or Aries moon. Well, you guys have got your first house ruler in the first house. So you are all about putting energy into yourself. I would definitely say be careful when you're driving, because you got Mars, you know, aspect in your fourth house of motor vehicles, cars. So just be very cautious with that. Luckily, we also have Jupiter there protecting that sign. But generally speaking, now we're talking about Mercury and Venus. So Mercury rules third and sixth house. So it's not really a particularly good planet for Aries ascendant. Nonetheless, it's nice and strong in own sign. So learning things in order to teach, learning skills that help you make money at work is because Venus is planet of money and relationship, family, and stuff like that. So it could be that there could be some arguments between you and your loved one, but you work it out, because at the end of the day, Venus is all about seeing beauty and just being cautious about how you speak to your other half, and having, you know, you'll be able to overcome any conflicts during this period. And obviously it's 7th house ruler and 6th house ruler. So again, you know, you want to be cautious not to get into any arguments with people, you know, other people, generally speaking. and being critical of them, because that could be a difficult one, especially of women, because Venus rules female friends. So, and third house is sign of friends, basically. So just being cautious with that. However, it could be really, really good at work if you're writing and doing paperwork, or, you know, because it gives you precision. If you're marking, if you're a teacher, you're marking sort of children's students' work, and you know, very good for planning your curriculum, all those kind of itineraries, workshops. All of those things can be really, really good, because you have two very strong planets together which can help you achieve that. They're both teachers too, so excellent time for planning, scheduling, and literally doing all sorts of social media stuff as well will be very good during this time. For Taurus ascendant or Taurus moon, this is happening in your second house. For you guys, Mercury is an excellent planet, and it will be much better once Venus moves away, because Venus rules your first and sixth house. So basically, like Scorpio, where first house rules sixth house, Taurus ascendants and Scorpio ascendants, they can be their own worst enemy. They could be really harsh on themselves, or they can create their own accidents and obstacles in life. So basically, just be cautious with money, because sixth house ruler has gone into second house of money. Could be like careful what you're eating as well, because second house is house of mouth. Careful you don't get yourself into some sort of financial issue as well, because obviously, you know, because of Venus. But more than anything, I would say that it can also help you because of just how good a planet Mercury is, that Mercury can actually help you plan and get rid of any money issues that you might have, any family issues, anything to do with your sort of like values, etc., your choices. This could be a really good time that Mercury actually helps Venus just being much more in control of your belief systems, your values, your bank account, how you plan money, how you get over any form of you know, if you've had issues with money, this will be a good time. It's also a very, very good time to put a routine, exercise routine, or you know, how you want to manage yourself. If you want to bring more sort of other things, like for example, dry body brushing before you go, you want to have a you know, do some skin routine or anything like that, because Mercury rules skin. So it's a really good time to actually do those kind of things too, some sort of beautiful thing to come into. So, you know, like whether or not you do intermittent fasting, something that will actually benefit you too. And obviously, this is also, Mercury rules your fifth house as well. So it could be that your investments and things that you've done help you get over some of your more pressing debts and things like that too. Or it could be an uncle or something, an aunt help you with some financial issues as well. Let's go now to Gemini ascendant. Gemini ascendant and Gemini moon for you. Your first house ruler and fourth house ruler is in the first house. On its own is creating a fantastic Raja Yoga. It's also with fifth house ruler. So first house ruler and fifth house ruler is a Dana Yoga. Fifth house ruler and the fourth house ruler is a Raja Yoga. So it's a very nice time for you guys. Feeling beautiful, feeling as though you want to be romantic, feeling as though you want to be around your friends and your going out with friends, siblings, and just much more feeling more comfortable, confident in your skin, and want to be busy doing things, because Mercury is planet of being busy and enjoying. With Venus there, absolutely. Go to parties, go to the cinema, do more creative stuff, and really enjoy life. This is what you're meant to be doing at this time. Very good. Be careful, obviously, not to, because this Venus rules your 12th house. So dating and stuff like that, make sure you don't invest in people who, if you go on a date, if your gut feeling is not good, listen to your gut feeling. Otherwise, 12th house ruler, there could be losses there. But generally speaking, you know, it just means that you sleep better as well during this time, because two benevolent planets. It could also be that you are, you know, 12th house ruler in the first house. You know, it could give people, you know, overindulging as well. So we could be a little bit addicted to food or alcohol or something like that. So I would be aware of that too. But generally beautiful for you guys. Now going to Cancer ascendant and Cancer moon. For you guys, this is happening in your 12th house. Interesting, because although it's beautiful, it's really good for planning, travel, imagination, things like that. Mercury, although this is in own sign, it's also feels debilitated in the 12th house, but it's been, whereas Venus feels exalted in the 12th house. So they help each other out in that sense. But I don't see this as a problem. It'd be very, very good for those who are married and enjoying each other in, you know, in terms of either travel, bed pleasures, or those of you who have got fantastic imagination, write books or anything like that, because it's also third house ruler in the 12th house, Mercury. So it's really nice if you are trying to publish a book or something, because that would just, because don't forget, Venus is a very good planet for Cancer ascendant. So it rules 4th and 11th house. So it could be really, you will gain a lot from just being, basically traveling, you know, yeah. So it could be a really nice time where you meet people who will help you if you're traveling, if you are like abroad or anything like that. So that could be good. Some people could be moving away abroad, even if it's for a particular season. So that could happen. And third and yeah, so you can see, so you will have third and fourth house ruler in the 12th house. So it's definitely being abroad, learning foreign language to use as well for you know, achieving like an accolade or qualification in languages or something different too. And then let's go to Leo ascendant. For you guys, this is happening in your 11th house. So you got two very benevolent planets in your 11th house. Now Mercury for Leo rules 2nd and 11th house. So it's money making planet for you, nice and strong, and it's sitting with the with Venus, which is the 3rd and 10th house ruler. So creative writing, bringing more artistic and creative stuff to your work, more social media use or more advertising, things like that. You know, there's a lot of gains there. So, you know, when you have like third, 2nd, 11th and the 10th house, so, you know, you could be quite busy with colleagues and networks and groups, doing things, learning things together, traveling, writing. It can expand your world, generally from to do with work and networks and friends, learning lots of new skills that you can apply to your work and to your groups too. And then let's go to Virgo ascendant. For Virgo, this is happening in your 10th house. So first house ruler and 10th house ruler in the 10th house. So it's a lovely, strong Raja Yoga. For you guys, Venus is a fabulous planet, 2nd and 9th house ruler. When you have 9th and 10th house ruler together, it is incredible success. And now you have 2nd house also involved in that, and the 1st house. So you will make money. It's your achievements, your luck. All of that will be expanded. A massive expansion of all of those things. Success, learning, travel, earning money, making good money, working hard, but earning money, getting recognition, getting respect, and actually really enjoying working too. And then let's get to Libra. For Libra ascendant, this is occurring in what would be your 9th house of luck, belief systems, religion, parents, dad, studying, higher learning, high wisdom, and expansion and luck. So you have what would be your 1st and an 8th house ruler in your 9th house, that's Venus, and then also your 9th and the 12th house ruler also in your 9th house. So it brings 1st and the 9th house ruler together, which is a lovely done yoga for you guys, and also Raj yoga. So it's good for success and achievement, but it's also, there could be some changes, there could be some things that you will let go of. You make space for something better to come in, and you'll let go, and you'll enjoy doing that too. And generally speaking, whatever you study in, whatever you are publishing, it will be just the joy. But you will feel lucky, you'll feel as though your world is expanding, and you're okay with the change because Venus is getting help from a very strong Mercury during this time. And let's go to Scorpio. Excuse me. So this is for you guys happening in your 8th house. Your 8th house is a dual house, so you guys are okay with changes. And so we have now what would be the 8th house and 11th house ruler Mercury, together with 7th and also 12th house ruler. So this, because it brings together 2 houses that are difficult, 8th and 12th house, so it just means that letting go and sort of stop wasting energy on things that just don't help you in any way, you know, holding on to old bad feelings and things. So you'll be able to lose those with much more ease, and you'll enjoy it. This could also, is a sexual house as well, 8th house, so it could be like some secret love could come into your life, and secret pleasures, but it will just bring you luck, you know. So obviously with anything like that, just be aware, and just you know, sort of bear in mind, you know, make sure that it's your value is being, you know, in terms of you know, you're not letting somebody that you got bad gut feelings about into your life, but also just be okay with changes, letting go, and closing chapters in relationships, and just generally all the things that just zap your energy, and you can let them go. Let's go to Sagittarius ascendant or moon, for this is happening for you in your 7th house. Venus, not a good planet for Sag, so 6th house and 11th house ruler. And they can normally, within their groups of friends, they could have some enemies, these people. But generally speaking, there could be arguments with other people, or it could be because it's 6th house ruler and also 10th house ruler coming together. So you could be very much service to others, working hard. But Venus and Mercury, even though they're not really good planets, well, you know, Venus is not, but nonetheless they still work well together. So you could be working hard, but you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy doing things for other people. You know, you see that not really as a chore, but really you want to be helping others and being of service to other people. It's what you kind of enjoy. So it's pretty good, you know, in that sense. And obviously when Venus leaves, you know, that would leave Mercury to just be strong, and you could press ahead then with more stuff that are actually more benevolent to you. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you very much.